Everyone should take brain studies because it's a really special and unique opportunity to get to understand more about who they are. The brain is what makes us who we are. And it's an organ that is continuing to be learned about, and to be on the forefront of that and to talk about current events and to talk about activities that help us understand more about who we are is a really exciting opportunity in high school and to prepare you for your future.
Definitely the coolest thing that I've done in brain studies was dissecting a lamb brain. It was really cool seeing a brain just in itself, let alone of a mammal, because the brains of mammals are very similar to ours.
We will dissect a sheep's brain to learn about the anatomy of the brain, and then we'll dissect a cow's eye, and we learn about how vision works through that, and we can see how that eye would compare to a human eye. I also love when we alter our 5 senses and we get to understand why our senses interact with the brain in the way that they do.
So right now we're modeling neurons, and basically what we're doing is we're trying to see where potassium and sodium go in the membrane. I would say take it. It's a really fun course, and I think that if you are at all interested in biology or chemistry, I think it has a little bit of everything, but it's not overpowering, and you have a lot of freedom in this class, and I think it's really fun that way.
Everybody should take this course. It's a really fun class. I think that anybody who's interested in something that's relevant to them and things that they can connect to their own life would really appreciate and enjoy this course. I think that anybody who wants to understand why they do what they do and behave like they behave and understand how their brain works would really enjoy this class.
I think forensics is different than any other science course just because it takes a little bit of each science and applies it to a real life scenario.
And an entirely different subject, and I really like that because it's being exposed to new things is always good.
And I also really like the judicial aspect of it when we go and look at the cases being portrayed in court. I think that's really interesting because I would like to be a lawyer when I'm older. So this is just kind of getting me more into that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's definitely a lab-based course. We do a lot of hands-on activities where they actually pick up the bones and look at the bones and try to figure out how old the person was or what sex they were. Is it a male or a female skeleton? Making your own fingerprints. A lot of people can look and see what kind of fingerprints they have and identify those and just figure out a little bit about themselves.
It's a super fun class. We have a lot of fun. Our teacher is super nice, and it's just a lot of critical thinking skills that you need, and yeah, super good. I really recommend taking the course.
When I think of an investigation, I think of it in 3 parts. There's a question to be explored, a procedure or method for investigating that question, and then an answer to be discovered. And what makes SIRS unique is that it gives students the opportunity to take the lead in each of these areas.
Well, research has always been something I've been really passionate about, and the fact that SIRS is a program where essentially you can do all that work by yourself and you can design an experiment about a question that you want to answer. I really like that part, that it was just independent and everything you want to do is essentially can be put into your work.
And basically the project that I'm working on is the effect that white noise has on long-term and short-term memory.
And so I feel like the opportunity to just design and create an own experiment at the high school level is such a great opportunity because you'll get so much more opportunities in college, and the opportunity like this prepares you so much for that.
We hope you'll consider diving deep into a narrow piece of the world around you through SIRS next year.
that are interested in plants or hands-on learning, lots of outdoor activities, and really authentic experiences. If that's what you're looking for, this is definitely the class for you.
I would consider taking horticulture because it's just super welcoming and just very fun overall with the whole everything you do. You're propagating plants, making boutonnieres, corsages, seeing all the different colorful flowers. I really do love it. It has encouraged me to just love plants and broaden my horizons on what I would like to do in my future, and giving me different options definitely, and just giving me new experiences.
Really fun to see how excited the students are and how much they don't know what the plants can do for them.
So right now we were propagating a bunch of different plants, like the jades we were doing, which is cutting off some of the stem and bud and putting it in this special hormone for rooting. Then we plant it into some new soil so it can grow and it just expand the plant, so you don't have to buy a whole new plant. You can expand from the one you've already gotten.
In the fall, we focus on indoor horticulture, so we learn a plant each day that you have, that you learn how to take care of inside. We do propagations of those indoor plants, so in here, you propagate them, you learn how to propagate them and take care of them, and then take them home. Floral design, so you learn how to do corsages and boutonnieres for things like homecoming or prom. So for spring horticulture, we focus on outdoor plants and kind of outdoor horticulture. So a big thing we do is transition from learning indoor plants to the plants outside, so trees and shrubs, because that's going to correlate to our landscape design unit, which is really fun, very creative for the student, learning how to make things beautiful, and it's really special to see.
It's an amazing time to study space. We will send the first woman and the next man to land on the moon before you graduate college. In your lifetime, you're likely to see people land on Mars, maybe even the discovery of a new planet right here in our solar system.
So today we're doing an activity where we're imagining that the sun is the size of a basketball, and then we're going to figure out what sizes the other planets would be if they were shrunk to the same scale, and also how far apart from the sun they would be.
One of the first things that comes to mind is we learned a lot about the movement of the stars in the sky and the sun and the moon and all of its phases and everything like that. So I found that stuff really interesting.
I would say definitely just go for it and take the class. It's a lot of fun, and you get to learn a lot of cool topics that you may be interested in, and some things that you've never even thought about before. And I think it's just a really great chance to learn something that you've never gotten to know before in any other science class.
So whether you have a NASA t-shirt in your closet or a SpaceX sticker on your laptop, or you just like looking at the stars, there's a place for you in astronomy.
I chose MedTech because I know that the knowledge that I'm learning in class is going to be helpful to me in future careers, because I want to go into the medical field.
It's a class that's about the experience, and I think the multitude of experiences that they get in this class is really pretty unique.
So today we were looking at a bunch of different x-rays of the human bones, and we were kind of just seeing different types of fractures and the different issues that a lot of people go through and experience within their bodies.
Really be able to kind of see what some of the radiologists see and what they might find in an emergency room, and just be exposed to that and being able to diagnose different issues just with a little bit of knowledge that they've learned already. The students get to go to Loyola Medical School, and it's an amazing experience where they'll be able to go into the cadaver lab, which is a really neat experience where these high school students will be able to hold an actual human brain or a heart and really get in there and be able to, if they would like, feel the different organs of the body and the muscles of the body up close and personal, and get a real feel for what it's like, not only as a medical professional, but as a student trying to learn these different things.
I feel like MedTech is a really interesting course because you do get so much freedom with your sciences for senior year, and I feel like if you want to take a really hands-on and beneficial class, I would 100% recommend MedTech.